So what we have here today is we have Mr. Emitom. He is charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. I want to say today is our fourth. I think it's our fourth setting today. Mr. Emitom has chosen to represent himself. I have done a Feretta hearing, found that he is and can represent himself. Mr. Emitom, are you sure you don't want a lawyer to help you out? Do you want a lawyer to just stand by to be able to answer any kind of questions? Okay, you still want to represent yourself. Understand that if anytime you would like a lawyer, I'm happy to provide you one at no cost to you that can advise you in any way that you may. So that is always at your disposal whenever you need it. At the last setting, we were working on discovery to see what was available. And the only thing, if I remember correctly, the only thing as way of discovery was an offense report that was in.
So Your Honor, the discovery is in, there is a video, there is a body cam and dash cam that's in. The state has tried to reach out to Mr. Emitom to schedule a time for him to come in to review this discovery. It is the state's policy to not give this discovery out of the office to pro se defendants. He is here today. We can coordinate with our investigators for him to come and look at it, what we have. There is also a motion to suppress filed on the same transaction felony out of this, and that is scheduled for December 15th, I believe, or 9th.
December 12th is my next.
December 12th, okay.
December 12th.
Are you representing yourself in the felony case as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge Lacayo did find him competent to do so, and we are having a suppression hearing on the 12th of December for that case.
Okay.
So if the evidence is suppressed, both cases would be resolved based on the search, because unlawful carry is tied to our transaction. It was a commission of a felony offense. So if our case goes away, your case goes away.
Are you upstairs as well on his case
I'm on
upstairs?
the felony case. Yes.
You're on the felony case. Okay, great.
I know the last time we was here, I did the suppressed evidence. Are they doing the misdemeanor and the felony together with the suppressed evidence? Because I emailed, I don't know if it's Anna or I have it on my email. I emailed Friday, tried to review the evidence, but I didn't get a response. I got a response to come tomorrow at 1:30. I didn't make it in town till yesterday night.
So the defendant emailed me on Friday and he reached out to review the evidence. I requested a cause number. He provided the cause number and I sent on Monday at 7:20 a.m. Would tomorrow work to review the evidence? Please let me know if you have a preferred time. I'm available anytime after 1:30 p.m.
Here now, is it possible to do it now?
Let me
Or
coordinate.
perhaps later today, since he's
Later
here?
today. Let me go talk to our investigators, make sure they can supervise him. And
You're here now.
Yeah.
I would, Mr. Emitom, you're set for a suppression hearing, December 12th. You have, at a minimum, got to look at every single piece of evidence that's out there before you even go to your hearing. It would be a fool's errand to go to this hearing without looking at every shred of evidence that's out there, because you have to know what they have
Yes.
and what they're going to use to prove, you know?
Last setting they did go in the back room and let me see whatever was like the report that was typed up and everything. So
Yeah.
I was able to.
That's
take
just an
some-
offense report.
Yeah,
But here,
obviously.
he's saying there's body worn camera.
body-worn camera, there's another video as well that was uploaded as evidence. And then I believe there was an image of the stolen check. That was.
You want to talk to your investigator now? And
Yes, I can go
can you stay here and perhaps maybe like at around 2:00, meet them at the office and then go through all the evidence then? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do that. I can.
You're here.
I mean, yeah, I can do that now.
If
You might
tomorrow,
as well-
if you want to come in tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's
that gives us time, but he has to confirm with us because ADA Harner has emailed him and he has to make that call. Like he can, I don't know, the body cam could be 4 or 5 hours of body cam because there's multiple body cams. I don't know if our investigator is going to stay till 7 o'clock to review body cam today.
That's a good point.
So
So why
if
don't
you're available tomorrow morning,
Yeah, that's
at-
we do it tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that's fine. Also, are they gonna have the medical record for the hemp? Are they gonna have the?
So that is the one piece of evidence we're still waiting on, Judge, is the lab for the marijuana.
check the charging instrument.
It's what I'm telling you, it's based on it.
That takes a long time. Mr. Emitom, it takes a long
I
time.
do have the receipts from, because they had Montana Doyle that was claiming that. I do have the receipts and she was my witness. That it said that she was claiming that. It said it in the report. So my witness could come and do the testimony or whatever.
But that's at the hearing.
Okay.
That's it. You do that at a hearing.
Okay.
You don't do that here as part of just evidentiary sharing, right? It's not, no one takes testimony now. No one decides.
Last one, they said she could do it with the clerk. When I did have her here, they said that the clerk could.
You mean just filing an affidavit?
Or whatever she needs to do to say,
I mean, I can't tell you. You're representing yourself. That's why you usually have lawyers that kind of guide you on how to get evidence admitted, what kind of evidence gets admitted. I can't give you legal advice and they can't tell you either.
yeah, they said I could submit it to the clerk. That's what they said. The witness could come to the clerk and do
Who is they?
the
We didn't say that. All I said is that if you wanted to file an affidavit, yeah, something like that. But
I have her do that.
so can you talk to your investigator, see
Yes, I'm gonna do that
tomorrow, perhaps like at 9 o'clock in the morning?
9 o'clock.
So he goes at 9 o'clock. That way it's early. He can stay for as long as he needs to do it. And then if you guys can also provide me with an address of where he needs to go, what floor, perhaps give me a contact name and number just in case as well. So of your investigator. That way, if he should have any issues, he has a contact to be able to speak to someone as well. Because if he tries to go through the regular phone system to talk to, oh man, he'll be beating his head against the wall. Okay, so just hang tight with me, Mr. Emitom. I'm gonna have him talk to the investigator, see what time, make sure 9 o'clock tomorrow is good. We'll find out where you need to go. We'll give you a sheet of paper with time, location, and a contact for you. You go review everything. Our case is now 11/20. Today's November 20th. Do you want to set it for after the suppression hearing, since you guys are going to do that over there?
And honestly, I don't even think that the marijuana was sent to the lab, Your Honor. So
I put in a lab request, Judge, myself. I'm not sure if the officers provided it, but I put in a lab request.
okay. If you put a lab request, like, I don't know when
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. If the officers aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, go. You know how I feel about that. So
just wait.
how do you feel about that? We'll set this case maybe one day after your hearing upstairs
Club.
on the 12th.
Yeah.
And like they said, if you win that hearing, this case goes away.
Yeah.
If you don't win that hearing, then we'll deal with this case the day after and see how we move forward. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
all right, so we're off the record. All right, so just hang tight for me. I'm gonna get all the information for you and then just look at everything that's out there.
All right.
Got to, okay? Who do we have here?
Mr. Tooney, George Tooney,
What's the last name?
Tooney, T-O-N-E-Y.
Got it. I just- Oh, so it never worked out.
Sorry,
Or
Judge?
Mr. Tony, it never worked out. We never found him a place to go.
No, but we have an agreement for 45 days Harris County Jail, Judge. And the state's abandoning the enhancement.
So is it Tune or Tony? It's okay. Everything's fine.
Tony,
Tony,
Tony.
okay. Mr. Tony, I want you to understand that something very serious is happening today. That you're pleading the time served on this so that you're getting out today. But you gotta have to understand that there's an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this,
I never do that, sir.
but you know, judging by your history, you've been good for a while, you know, and it sucks that we're here now like this, you know. But one of the other things you have to understand also is that we're here to help. And when you pick up a criminal case, all you have to do is come back. And when you come back to court, good things happen. It shows that we can trust you, shows that we know that you want to help yourself, and good things happen. When you repeatedly take off on us, that tells us that you just don't care. Why would we care if you don't care?
Right,
You know,
right, Judge.
it's not hard, you know, and we have people that call up here and say, hey, man, I can't make it. And we routinely say, okay, that's fine. We'll put you off for another week. Just come back. And when they don't show up that time, of course, we're going to issue a warrant because we're not going to do that over and over. But if you ever have an issue, you can always call, say, hey, I got an issue. 99% of the time, we'll let you go. We also have lawyers here to help you out too, so that when you have issues, talk to the lawyer, talk to us. We will help you out. So probation is probably not a good option, or what?
Probation wouldn't be a good option for him because he won't have transportation to and from probation nor money for fees. And he's got two potential places to live, one with his sister and one with his employer. They have guys that stay in a room before they get ready to go to work, and that's what he's doing.
The other thing is this, Mr. Tony, if your sister is nice enough to allow you into her home, be nice. You know, who cares if she does something to make you mad? Who cares, right? If they're nice enough to let you in, and they may have rules, like we don't want you coming in at 2 a.m. all blasted, then listen. Because if not, that's when you end up on the street. We've got so many people here, they end up living in their cars, they live on the street, just because they don't get along with the person who's nice enough to give them a roof. Consider that. And if you get upset, find a release. But not a person, their head, that's not a release. Just be nice. All right, so Mr. Tony, you're charged with the assault of a family member. The agreement that you worked out is 45 days in jail. How much credit does he have, Melissa? 13 days credit. So understand that you'll be out of here tomorrow. But like I said, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. If you ever pick up another assault like this again, but you got to remember, time heals all wounds. You will forget about this, right? In 20 years, you're not going to remember this, but the law is a jealous mistress, and that she never forgets any of this. So you pick up another case like this, even so much as grabbing someone's arm and squeezing till it hurts, you're looking at 2 to 10 of the penitentiary.
Can't do that because I got a daughter,
And then that's what you think about when you get angry. Okay, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen?
all right.
Think about your daughter. You can never own a gun or ammunition as well. You understand? All right, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty, sir.
I will find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. We wish you the best of luck, Mr. Tony. Just be nice, man.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kavita.
There's my big
Standing
excuse.
enhancement. How are you, Mr. Justice? Well, you picked up another case, man. Shh. You now stand charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes. On November 13th, 2024, at the Harris County Sheriff's Office Jail, the complainant, a detention officer, witnessed the defendant pull his pants down, grab his erect penis, and look directly at the complainant as he moved his hand in an up and down motion while holding onto his penis. The defendant was restrained and placed in a separate cell, and when he was brought back, he exhibited aggressive behavior and threatening behavior to the complainant.
Who's the complaining witness?
A detention officer,
Sure. Just give me a last name.
last name is Castellano,
Okay. Female?
female, yes.
Okay. Mr. Justice, I'm going to order you as a condition or I get, yeah, as a condition of your bond, not to have any contact with his detention officer whatsoever. Do you understand? I'm gonna sign a court order. I don't know how we're gonna do this, you know? Stephen, how do you,
They might have to just move them off the floor where this detention officer is normally assigned to.
okay, because I don't want you to have any contact and I don't want you to engage in this behavior again. I don't want to have to put you in ag seg. You know what that is? Yeah, that's where you're literally by yourself 23 hours a day. I mean, if I find that you're pick up any more cases, exhibit this type of behavior, I'm going to order you to put into ag seg. We've done it with another person and they literally sit by themselves in a one-person cell for 23 hours a day, and they let them out for 1 hour a day. Consider when you're at the jail, behave yourself, because if I find it continues again, that's it. Do you mind filing those bond conditions?
Yes, Judge, no contact.
Yeah, no contact with the jailer, the whole name on the order,
Yes,
and then no weapons as well, and then we'll have him sign it, and then I'd like it filed so that the jail knows. I don't know. Well, okay.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Justice, I'm gonna have you speak with Connor here. We're gonna figure out how to go forward. Do you know, yeah, have you looked at anything about the felony so far? Have you?
No, we were in here a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, Judge, I haven't looked at this any
Okay.
since, but, yeah, we were just waiting on that. It didn't look like there was even an offer on there yet.
No, there is an offer. 4 years, right?
This is for TDC.
For TDC?
I don't see an offer on the felonies, Your Honor.
I thought there was an offer. We'll set it for the day after the felony, and then we'll come back. So,
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
all right, Mr. Justice, behave yourself, man.